Derek, if I could start with you, um, is the characterization of experts as hired guns justified? And to the extent that it is, what safeguards can be put in place to ensure expert independence?
Okay, thank you. I think the first point that I would like to make is that this term hired gun, I see it everywhere. Lots of papers that are published refer to experts as hired guns. I go to conferences and I hear people speaking about experts as hired guns. Now, it has, in my mind, a very specific meaning, but it's almost become shorthand for all the other things that experts potentially do wrong, or the situations that they find themselves in. So, for instance, if you have an expert advisor who has no obligation to the court, is employed by a party to provide advice to that party, that for some reason is being termed a hired gun. If you have someone who is a shadow expert, who again has no obligation to the tribunal or to the court, is shadowing, in essence, a single joint expert, and is there to provide input to counsel and parties in terms of what questions do you ask the expert, because it's out with their expertise, that somehow is being referred to as a hired gun. Now, to my mind, that's not correct. The fact that you have appointed an expert to provide you with opinion, that opinion should still be independent. It should still be objective, even if that expert, in inverted commas, isn't obliged to present his evidence to a court or a tribunal. The purpose for that is very simple. If you are engaging someone at that stage in proceedings to provide you with their independent expert opinion, that is simply so that you can understand, largely, what the strengths and weaknesses of your position is, what the alternative opinions are that are likely to come forward, and how to address them when they do come forward. If you're appointed as an expert and you do not perform the same role and function as an independent expert, you're actually letting your client down. You're not serving their best interests, because you're not giving them the material that they need, either to understand and accept that there are issues within their evidence, and as a consequence, they actually might be better settling those issues, or alternatively, that they have to be able to address them within the context of the tribunal, whatever that may well be. So my first point is I get slightly irked at the way that term is actually being applied to experts, when on a true reflection of their role and their position, as long as they're performing their function properly, they are not hired guns. Now, having said that, I think it is recognised within the sector that I work in that there are internationally half a dozen people that you can have them say what you want them to say if you pay them enough money. Those are hired guns. There are other sectors that perhaps are have a less credible reputation, if I put it that way. And the conversations that I have had over the years with, particularly with judiciary, in certain jurisdictions, there is a perception that hired guns do exist, and they are significant in medical fields, within construction, within building defects, particularly in certain jurisdictions. So there are, I think, a small minority of individuals that rightly deserve that nomenclature, but they are actually then polluting the rest of the pool of experts who do understand their role and their obligation, and do try their best to be able to do what they're actually engaged to do.